everybody, welcome back to my video channel. Yeah, today is Wednesday and welcome back to spooky animation time. But thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Daniel. I'm your host, your guy with chair.
Guy in the chair.
And today for spooky animation is a true apartment horror story. So enjoy.
My name is Esmeralda. This happened to me when I was a sophomore in college. It was a snowy day, and I was hanging out in my sister's dorm and had just got done with my work. My sister also attends college, but lives in a campus dorm room, whereas I live off campus. Soon, it was time for me to leave, but again, there was a wild snowstorm outside. I don't like to drive in the snow because I'm not good at driving in it, so I asked my sister if she could take me, and she said yes. We got in the car and we drove up to my apartment. I stood outside smoking for a minute and got ready to go in, but I couldn't find my key. I started to look for my key and realized that I left it in my sister's room. So I called her, but there was no answer. I was so angry, but there was nothing I could do. So then I got a call from my neighbor, and I was so annoyed that I thought, okay, I'll just talk to her later. So then a text comes through from my neighbor that said, "If you keep making all that noise, I'm gonna report you." I was thinking that she was talking about the noise I just made after I kicked the trash can, but she texted again and was like, "Okay, I'm reporting you." So she came downstairs and she looked horrified when she saw me standing at the door. She pushed the door open and asked me why I was making so much noise, and I asked what she was talking about as I just got here. She was always the Karen of the building. I also told her that I forgot my key in my sister's dorm. It was at this point we heard it. From down the hallway, we heard a whole bunch of commotion coming from my apartment. We looked at each other confused as to why the noise was in my empty apartment and what could be causing it. We followed the noise down the hall, and it continued to get louder and louder and louder. So I was thinking at this point, maybe it was an animal. I was thinking everything instead of what I did not want it to be. But to my surprise, when I touched the door handle, it opened. When I walked through the door, I was hit with a huge wave of heat. I instantly took my coat off and went to the thermostat to turn the heat down. It upset me even more because I was the one that had to pay rent and stuff. I looked at the carpet and there were wet mud prints tracked all throughout my apartment leading to the bathroom. Just then, I heard something that sounded like bottles falling down to the ground, and I turned to run back out of the apartment. But as soon as I touched the door to open it, a hand grabbed my shoulder. It was wet and cold. I turned around, and to my horror, I saw an old man that looked to be in his 30s or 40s with greasy blonde hair touching me. He smiled with a grin that looked so sinister. He said in a low tone of voice, "I was waiting for you." I then began to scream, and my neighbor rushed down the stairs. While doing so, she fell down the stairs and injured herself. She got an operator on the phone while I was struggled to get him off of me, and the only weapon that I pretty much had was the perfume in my purse. I took the perfume out and I sprayed it in his eyes, and he began to yell and scream, which caused other people to come out of their apartments and see what was going on. They helped me hold him down until the police got there. When I went in my bathroom, all my pill bottles were empty and all of my drawers were ransacked. He carved the word Esmeralda over and over into my wall. How did he know my name? I had never seen this man in my life. It turned out that the man was on drugs and had actually consumed some of my prescription drugs. The man had a long rap sheet, and from what I know, he was a sex offender and also arrested on charges of armed robbery and murder. He also had a load of weapons in his coat. He had been a previous apartment owner here and made copies of his keys before giving them to the landlord after being kicked out of the complex. About 2 months later, I was stopped by police. They said that a piece of paper was covering my expiration sticker. When the officer showed me, I was horrified. The note said, Esmeralda, soon. I have since moved to another location and have not received any more notes or visits. I'm really grateful for my neighbors and for forgetting my key because I hate to think about what would have happened if I did have my key that day.
Hey everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed that, and we have to say thank goodness for a Karen at that point. But still, she had neighbors and one was a Karen. I'll call the manager on you. She called the police, and thank goodness, knock on wood. I don't know much about Karens. I've never had to deal with one. Thank goodness, knock on wood. But if you like it, don't forget to give it a like. And then comment down below and then subscribe. And hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Bye-bye.